Oh my dear God. I just saw this fucking thread just a few minutes ago, and I had figured, you know what? I'm gonna go off on a fucking rant here, okay? Cause this completely fucking pissed me off. So how you doing? It is I, the Bane of the Woke, the Harbinger of Heritance, the Mad Shogun, Aaron Alexander, and oh, I am pissed. You see, this is the type of people that needs to be sent to the goddamn Shadow Realm and away from fucking tabletop. Now, before we get off on my thoughts about this, you know what? Let's read through this fucking thread, okay? Let's not waste any time, all right? This is care of this guy Dragna Carta, right? As a table of Magna Carta. I mean, believe me, if he was in charge, the Magna Carta wouldn't even be in existence considering his ideology. You want to know the dead giveaway? Yep, pronouns. There you go. Fucking drink. Jesus fucking Christ. So, you know what? I did block him at first, but I figured, since I couldn't get the whole thread, you know what? I'm gonna unblock him just so I can read this fucking thread for y'all. Because this really fucking irked me, alright? So it goes like this. I saw a post on Reddit complaining about the high price of $25 per person paid D&D game at a local game store. This is the sentiment I see a lot, not only in D&D, but in other hobby spaces too. So let's talk about money. First, let's start with a few basic principles. Everyone has bills to pay. From taxes to expenses, making money costs money. You're not entitled to the product of people say, oh, there it is. There it fucking is. Funny that this is coming from probably a goddamn communist. I swear to God, just like get rid of my student debt, get rid of everything, and have the government pay for everything. Well, the problem here is just don't tax me, bro. I'm so special. It goes on. First, everyone has to make rent, buy groceries, or cover transportation costs. Many also have to pay for family or medical needs. State one, friend. Because if you got something to list, then I don't want to fucking hear it. Let's say you get a $100 utility bill. Someone on minimum wage might struggle to pay that, but a hobby's idea can make up the difference. That's not how this whole thing works, okay? And you got the nerve to say tabletop RPG family. Yeah. What kind of if you're such a family, then why are you paying your brothers and you're asking your brothers and sisters to pay you money to do some dungeon mastering? Jesus Christ. It's supposed to be a fun hobby, not something you can grift off of. But if you're making $30 for 4 or 5 hours of work, that's below minimum wage in most places. I see it especially bad in artists who would often charge $50 for a piece that took 5 to 6 hours to make. Well, they actually got the talent to make all this art. I mean, it actually takes talent and it actually takes hard work. Dungeon mastering, let's just say, when it comes to compared to artist work, it's fucking shit work. It's peanuts, alright? Goes on. Another example, the recent IGN post advertising a position paying $5 per article. Well, you got one point there. IGN is a bunch of grifting scumbags. By the way, drink for those assholes. You can't spell ignorant without the words IGN. Which brings us to the second point, investment. Making money costs money. Artists pay for supplies and subscriptions. DMs pay for map-making software, miniatures, or source books. Guess what else is investment? Time! And your point? Listen, that's an expense that you take on. There's other ways to do map-making software without having to spend any money at all or try to cut expenses to the best of your ability. I mean, obviously, you haven't thought about that because you probably don't even know the word creative if it is slapped you in the face. There's an idea of opportunity cost. By doing X, I'm missing out on the benefits I could have by doing Y. Okay, so this is basically dumb fuckery economics here. Obviously, you probably read the same book AOC written about economics, which is pretty much pointless. It's stupid. Instead of running a game or writing an article, that person could have gotten a part-time job, spent time with friends, or enjoy a low-stress hobby. Well, isn't tabletop a low-stress hobby to begin with? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You motherfuckers made it high-stress because you're calling anyone that's not part of your little club of every epithet in the book.
Finally, people have a right to make a living.
Yeah, they do. But that's not the point. Dungeon DMing ain't one of them.
And either make a profit that they put into savings, spend on family members, or waste on luxuries like video games.
Yeah, priorities there. Video games, I hate to say this to you, it's a luxury, okay? It's not a necessity, it's a luxury. This is coming from someone who's been playing video games since 1988, alright? Luxury, you moron!
If someone has a skill that's in demand, they have a right to charge at a fair market price for it.
Again, dungeon mastering isn't one of them.
But DMs should do it for the love of the game.
No, yes! They do it for the love of the game, you fucking clowns. What other DM doesn't do it for the love of the game? Name me one. Well, except for your grifting ass, or let's say Matt Mercer. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're trying. I think I know what your problem is, dumbass. Because you want to be the next Matt Mercer, but the problem is you don't want to put in the necessary work to do it. But then again, or should I say, work in quote marks? Because let's just be honest here, what Matt Mercer's doing is anything but work. Jesus Christ.
Speaking as a DM who loves running D&D for free,
I'm gonna call bullshit on this, considering the preceding shit of your post.
Bullshit! Now, every DM has the time or interest to do so.
This is why we have little group. That's why we have little groups. I mean, that's why we got the Shogunate. I mean, you don't see Snow charging anyone to run a fucking game. You don't see me charging people to run a fucking game. Yes, it's a play test, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. We're trying to test our shit, but we're not charging anybody just for fun. We do this for fun. Hell, you ask me to run Ronin at a fucking convention, I'll do it at no cost. You want to know why? Because it's called fan interaction. It's called building up your audience, something that you probably don't even know how to do.
But there's not enough DMs to go around, so some DMs will naturally step in and grow the pie by offering paid games. Well,
this is the wrong place to grift there, buddy.
Don't like it? Become a DM yourself. Offer the value of your labor to your friends and family free in charge.
But I want to do that.
You want to do it 100 a session? 1,000 a session?
If I'm promoting Ronin or doing anything else like that, I'll DM for free. I don't give a fuck. For the short time that I've been in tabletop RPGs, I find this exhilarating, you know? Come up with some weird things to throw people curveballs. It's a fun exercise, okay?
If the answer is no, that's valid.
Well, considering the preceding one, you're pretty much saying it's valid. So now you're contradicting yourself, idiot.
But don't complain when you can't find a non-paid game because nobody wants a DM.
Oh, shut up, you moron.
If the answer is yes, congratulations. You've invented paid DMing. Now it's just a matter of negotiating price.
Oh, God. Okay, we're gonna fix it.
As a final coda, a word of advice to creators. It's not your job to offer affordable services.
Well, I could charge, but that would be a scumbag move of me. Something that you're doing.
It's a respectable decision if you want to, but if you have a line of customers demanding services, not enough time to serve them all, there's no shame in raising your prices.
Listen, it seems like anybody charging you to DM their game is getting ripped off there, bud. Because you know what they say, a fool and his money are soon parted.
It's simple supply and demand.
Here we go with this bullshit economics thing again. Again, stop reading the same economics book AOC uses.
By raising your prices, you'll also be able to eke out more comfortable financial existence. But you'll also reduce your stress, avoiding disappointing clients.
What? You call people that want to play your game clients? Now I know you're grifting. So basically it's this. This is why I say asperge factus delendus est. The woke must be destroyed. I'm not just talking about just wokies that just want to give you like a set of rules or some shit like that. Say, oh, don't do this, or pull some X card bullshit on you. It's people that just see it as a grift. Now, I did respond to this shit, by the way. Hold on, let me pull it up here. And this is how I responded. I basically told him, I don't give a fuck about your domestic problems. If you're in this solely for the money, there's two options. You either make something like a supplement or an adventure or your own IP. Or the second option, if you fail to do that, if you're not a creative, simply do the following. Get the fuck out. Oh, you know what? Oh, you think I'm lying? You know what? Better yet, Mr. Carlin!
Get the fuck out of here!
Jesus fucking Christ. You see, folks, this is the type of grift I'm talking about here. Listen, you want to charge people for your services, fine, but you better you're fucking if your fucking shit ain't up to snuff, then why the fuck are people paying you for it? Or chances are, this guy is a freaking hack. Okay? Now, I'll tell you this right now. I will always do any DMing for Ronin or any game you want me to do for free. Okay? But if you want to offer money, I'm not going to turn it down. Don't get me wrong. All right? What I'm not going to do is ask you for money. All right? And speaking of not asking you for money, well, the Whispers of Three Roses. I know, we're going to the shilling territory, huh? We're talking about on a video that has me ranting about grifting. Well, I get the grift of my own, but here's the difference. The Whispers of Three Roses, an OSR adventure, is available for the insanely low price of free fucking download, folks. Yeah, that's right. You can download the PDF. You can enjoy it's I try to make it compatible for all OSR systems. I mean, it got to the point where I had to put in a level range because some OSR systems, let's just say, level slower than others. So, again, 113-page book. Okay, trying to infiltrate a castle that is seemingly impossible, considering it's surrounded by a dark-ass forest where the sun doesn't even pierce the damn bushes, and a lake which will drag your ass into the ground if you decide to take a swim or decide to row your boat gently across the lake. That's a surefire way to a watery grave, and I know what you're thinking. Why does that current run downward? Well, that's the fun part. You get to play it. You get to play it and find out, because yes, there's a part in the whole campaign where you find out why it runs downward. It's pretty freaking hilarious. You're gonna love it. And it's also a tale of temptation, madness, and, if you so choose, redemption. Yes, some people can be redeemed in this little story. It's a very fun and aesopic adventure. You know what? You're gonna love it. So, go ahead, download it, see how you like it. Please leave some freaking comments here, people, because if there's something that's a little bit off with the game, like for instance the whole naming situation where it turns out that I put like first or second level enemies that had I don't know, level drain or life drain, you need to let your boy know here, folks. But yeah. These grifting pieces of shit need to get the fuck out of tabletop. Seriously. It just pisses me off when you got someone being disingenuous, just using tabletop RPGs as a grift as opposed to a hobby. It's just ridiculous. And like I said, if you want to make money out of it, make your own shit, okay? Just make your own shit. It's not hard if you put your mind to it. But again, people like this jerk-off who's got his fucking pronouns on his bio probably hasn't had a creative bone in his body since kindergarten. Anyway, that's it for this one, so I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.